When it comes to Mr. Are you Team Broken Wings or Team Kyrie? Today I'm celebrating 40 years of the album that yielded both of those hit songs, so welcome to the real world. Oh, and it's Kyrie for me, 100%. Hey, welcome to Acting is Reacting with me, JSB. Today's band have somehow managed to maintain name recognition for 4 decades, despite their time in the sun being pretty brief. So yes, I'm talking Mr. And today we're listening to songs from their second album, 1985's Welcome to the Real World. So this album topped the US album charts, made top 10 in the UK, and of course yielded two worldwide smash hits with Broken Wings and Kyrie, both US number ones, and a third US top 10 hit, Is It Love, though people seem to have forgotten that one. If you like the hits but never heard the album, well, you'd like the rest of it as well. If you didn't care for the hits, will the rest of it change your mind? Yeah, probably not. But hey, have a listen with me with open ears to whatever comes up today and see. So for me, this is a classy AOR melodic pop rock release, whatever you want to call it really, full of great tunes and mostly great musicianship. So today I'll be playing 4 tracks from it using my tried and trusted random 4-play technique. This means we might hear one or all of those hits or none of them. It all depends on what happens and we won't know what does until it is. Does that make sense? I don't care. Essentially, what I'll be doing is putting the album on shuffle, I'll hit play and we'll see where we go from there. We'll chat a bit more about the band and the album along the way, but make yourselves comfy, smash that like button, thank you, and journey back with me to the mid-80s with our first song, which is going to be this one. All right. Starting strong, track 2 from side 1, not a single. This is Uniform of Youth. And if you've never heard Mr. somehow, this is what they sound like. You need it at the moment. Big spot. Ugh. Not a bad way to introduce an album. Righty. Okay, Uniform of Youth kicking off today's random foreplay, and that could have been a single, couldn't it? Strong pop rock track, one of the slightly rockier tracks on the album, which shows you that this doesn't really get very heavy at all. Some of the best guitar work from Steve Farris on the album, and I'll talk about personnel a little bit later, but I've never been a big fan of Steve Farris. Some people absolutely adore him and put him up there with Steve Lukather, which I think is insane. But on that track, he delivers the goods, and as does everybody else. So, a little bit more background then before we hit the next track. This is the band's second album, following their commercially unsuccessful debut, I Wear the Face, a year earlier in 1984, which is how the order of years works. So, it's co produced by Paul de Villiers and the band themselves, who were Richard Page on bass and lead vocals, Steve George on keyboards, Steve Farris, as I just mentioned, on guitar, and Pat Mastelotto on drums, who of course would later become a key part of a later iteration of King Crimson. So prior to Mr. Richard Page and Steve George had been in another group called Pages and made 3 albums with them, again, none of which sold in any great number. But this one was released in June of 1985, slowly crept up the charts, finally making the top 20 in December, which was about the same time that Broken Wings hit number 1. And then when Kyrie did the same, the album joined it at the top of the charts in March 1986. So we've got 9 more songs on the album, but we can only hear 3 of them. So this is basically how it will work. I'll select 1 and 3 from the random order that's been generated by iTunes for us, which, if I remember, I'll even show you as we go along just to prove I'm not cheating. So, in fact, let's do that right now and see what our choices are. And do let me know in the comments which songs you'd have picked, whether they're the same as mine or not. But I hope you enjoy the songs that I choose, because, you would have a good time. Right, let's have a look. So, we have got the title track, Welcome to the Real World, Kyrie, or Run to Her. Right. A hard choice for me to start with because I really like the title track and I'm very tempted to go that way. But as I said at the start of the big hits, Kyrie is my favourite on here. So I am going to choose Kyrie. Has to be done. I will definitely play further deep cuts, or at least one. Will I? Who knows? I can't promise anything. Feel free to sing along at home with this one if you know it, which should be everybody. I actually do quite like Steve Farris on most of this album. What he does on the subsequent album, not so much. And I love Richard Page's voice.
It holds my memories. My body burns a gem-like flame. Somewhere between the soul and soft machine is where I find myself again. Kyrie lays on down the road that I must travel. Kyrie lays on through the darkness of the night.
I'm doing well at not singing along. Can I keep it up?
Kyrie
Yeah, that's top tier mid 80s pop rock for me. Can't beat it. All right. Kyrie, of course, the key lyric is Kyrie eleison, which is Lord have mercy. Probably was heard by a lot of people in a lot of different ways at the time, and maybe even by you, if you can remember what you used to think it was. Pop that in the comments below. I didn't actually know Kyrie when I got this album. I knew Broken Wings because that was still being played on the radio a ton. And I'm talking about this. I guess I got the album sometime in the 90s on vinyl. But I didn't remember Kyrie, but I liked it more instantly. Anyway, I talked personnel between our first two songs, but there's another key person that warrants a mention, which is John Lang, who was Richard Page's cousin and was the band's primary lyricist. So he actually wrote just about all the lyrics on this album, with Richard Page and Steve George being the main composers of the music, the other band members contributing to some songs as well along the way. Um, but yeah, the kind of spiritual aspect of some of the lyrics, that all comes from John, and I think he does a good job. So that one didn't quite hit top 10 in the UK, peaking out at number 11, and it was number 30 in New Zealand. So I guess that kind of explains why it didn't quite have the staying power there that it had in other parts of the world. Though I suspect there's been a Kyrie revival in the decade since I left. Interesting fact as well is that the album was not at all front-loaded. Uh, this is track 2 of side 2. Am I right in saying that? Yes. So side 2 starts with Is It Love, then Kyrie, then Broken Wings. So you'd normally expect that to be the first 3 tracks of side 1, but not here, which speaks, I think, to the consistency of the album. I don't know at what point they knew what the singles were, or certainly that they were going to be as big as they were, but anyway, pretty unusual for an 80s pop record. But as I hope you agree with Uniform of Youth, there were a lot of other potential singles right across the album. So let's take us to our third track of the day and see if we're hearing another single or another deep cut for our next track, which will be a choice between these 3. They are Black/White, Tangent Tears, or Is It Love? Another slightly tricky choice. But I mentioned earlier that Is It Love is kind of a forgotten song, but it made number 8 in the US and number 87 in the UK. So let's remind ourselves of the third hit from this album and hear that one. Here it is. Again, this is track 2, side 1. No, the opposite of what I just said. Track 1, side 2.
I say I love you, I hold you near me. You say I scare you, well that's your fear. I know the message my heart is sending, but you don't read it, you keep me guessing.
Is it love we're after? I can ruin this one a bit more because you don't know it as well, right? No, I'll shut up.
Is it love, is it love? The broken record goes round and round within a circle without a sound. I'm underwater in overjoy. You hide in laughter. What's on your mind? Is it love? Is it love we're after? Why don't you tell me? Is it love? Is it love? Is it love? Is it love we're after? Why can't you tell me?
All right. Third and surprisingly, final single from the album. I thought they could have got another, at least top 20 hit off this easily, but they don't appear to have tried to, surprisingly. All right. Is it love? Yes, it is. I love it. It's not not as strong as Kyrie. Is it? Let's be honest. It's not as good as Broken Wings, but I like it more. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Okay. Well, we're almost there. We've got time for one more song, and if you know the album, you'll know what songs we're choosing between. And if you don't know the album, you'll know that Broken Wings is on there because we haven't mentioned that yet. I can tell you now, we're not hearing Broken Wings. We're going to hear my favourite track from the album, which is a deep cut. But I'll go through the process and show you what those options are, just so, like I say, you know I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, let's have a look. There's Broken Wings, which is actually the longest song on the album as well. But the choices we're making it between really are Into My Own Hands or Don't Slow Down. Now, as it happens, Don't Slow Down is one of my favourite deep cuts from the album. But it's not my favourite of them all because that is the one we're actually hearing, Into My Own Hands. So I really hope you like this one, whether you know the album or not. As I say, I loves it.
Last night I had a desperate dream. I was standing in the winter rain, footsteps close behind. Somebody called my name. No magic mirrors can erase these lines of living on my face, lessons learned and lost.
Big chorus. Listening to the guitar work, you're probably wondering why I don't particularly care for Steve Ferris. I will admit, he's pretty damn good on most of this album, but I did skip Black White because his guitar solo on that is awful, in my opinion. Yeah, credit where it's due. Steve Ferris is great on this track, and this is one of the tracks he co-wrote as well. Um, but yeah, I've got a couple more things to add, but that's pretty much the end of the music. Hope you liked it. I sure did. So there we have it. 4 random selections-ish from Mr. Mister's undoubted commercial peak, and I would say their artistic one as well. This is certainly the Mr. Mister album I enjoy the most. Not that there are very many of them to choose from. Some would say that the follow-up, Go On, is stronger, and I can see that argument, but for me it gets bogged down in a couple of spots, and that's the point where I really don't like the effects and things that Steve Farris is using on his guitars. They go a lot. Or maybe not quite that noise, but unpleasant anyway at times. By contrast, this one just flows beautifully from start to finish. I mean, there's some depth to the lyrics, but it's a pretty happy, cheerful album with vaguely spiritual undertones. But it's a good summer album, although Broken Wings hit #1 in December, so what does that mean? I don't know. Anyway, it's just enjoyable. Not going to change your life, but it's damn nice to hear from time to time, and I hope you enjoyed it. And like I say, whether that's as a Mr. Mister fan or not. So Go On, as I mentioned, followed it up in 1987, but while this album spent 38 weeks in the US Top 50, Go On couldn't even break it. Peaked at number 55, had one minor top 30 single, and then that was game over for them, unfortunately. But they've all gone on to do other things, whether it's session work or, as I said, Pat Mastelotto with his time in King Crimson. Richard Page has done all sorts of things, including joining up with Steve Lukather for quite some years in Ringo Starr's All-Star Band. With Richard Page, it's probably obligatory for me to mention that he was offered the lead vocalist slot in Toto when Bobby Kimball left the band the first time round, and you can hear him on backing vocals on several Toto albums as well. But yeah. Oh, and of course he was offered Chicago when Peter Cetera left, so all of that kind of happened within the brief period that Mr. Mister were a thing, though. So none of those things ever happened. But in an alternate universe, they might have done. We'll never know. In any case, like I say, I hope you enjoyed revisiting this album or just visiting it if somehow you hadn't encountered it before. And, for a #1 album with 3 pretty big hits, it's surprising that it's still only certified platinum in the States. You would have thought it would have at least gone to double by now, but maybe nobody cares enough to get it properly certified. I suspect that is underselling its performance. Anyway, remember, you can also check the link below to my Buy Me a Coffee page, or Buy Me a Pizza, as I call it, where you can choose an album for me to check out in this format, or just get a single song reacted to by this fool. So, if you want to, you can. That's all I'm saying. Meanwhile, check out something else from the channel, from the options floating around or elsewhere. And I will just say thank you for watching today and bye for now, but not for long.
Acting is reacting. This does not mean acting again.